What she didn't tell you is that her husband does the cooking, but she does the billing. Did you hear what I just said? Her husband does the cooking, she does the billing. She goes to market to buy everything the man is cooking. Meanwhile, the lady involved, her husband does the billing and the purchases. The only thing she's doing is the cooking. And the lady does not stop there. Even records moments when she's saying, honey, your food is ready. I'll post it on the group and say, can you imagine what my eyes saw? Women are suffering in this world. And she makes a case of your marriage. And she pumps you. You say, I know when we were in secondary school, why you not our senior girl? She said, don't let any man. What did you finish with? First class? What did you finish with? Say he tried second class, lower. He said, where did you even meet him? I said, do you know where Shagun is? Shagun, our SP. And she started flipping through pictures of handsome men. And for the first time in a long time, you will ask yourself a question you never thought you would ask till Jesus come. What God means to this marriage? Did you hear me? You are talking to another serpent, and guess what? You will soon give your husband forbidden fruit. Because divorce is the forbidden fruit in marriage. And when you serve your husband, he may not have a choice than to eat it. Has God helped you? Why? Women by nature are easily influenced. You know why? Because they are masters at influencing things. So their strength is also their weakness. Have you seen any election won in any country without women involvement? If you want to go down, let women hate you. Did you hear me? You want to start anything, just let women. I didn't say one. All of them should just agree to hate you. You are finished. I'm sure you know. Sisters, you know what I'm talking about. Some of you in the university, if somebody wants to contest in your faculty and you don't like him, will he win? Number one, you won't vote, and by nature you are more than horse. Number two, all your male friends who decided to vote, you unfriend them. Who knows what I'm talking about? You said they won't even celebrate that sister. She's a realist. They won't even vote. Say, where are you going to? Say, today's election. What are you voting for? And they will give you 59 reasons. They will tell you the 68th reason. I keep it to myself. So you won't think I'm talking bad about someone. After 60, if you now want to talk bad, say, I hope you know that when a female is dressed, if she walks out and another female looks at her one kind, she moves few poles, and another female looks at her one kind. If she finds another female that she can talk to and says, is there anything wrong with my dressing? If that one says, was there light before you left home? Say yes. Say, what kind of mirror did you use? Say, is it powder mirror or wall mirror? Say, it's wall mirror. Say, did you dress by yourself or they dressed you up? Say, by myself. Say, well, your clothes is nice. How many of you here won't go back home and change? How many of you? If at all you're already late, that day is already messed up. Am I wrong? But even if you wore jargons and this person, guilty? Yes. You now met a true person and said, you can't wear this. So, excuse me, don't insult me. This is the reason why it takes a community of perverse people to start off a dress trend that is tilted towards nudity. That is why girls who dress indecently, they always move in groups until it takes wing. You know why? They always need an inner circle of compliment and validator. Did you hear me? Once they have that, they have the boldness to do it. If eventually they now stray and walk alone by themselves, if you talk, the validation from the group, in fact, you can mess up their day. By the time they get back, you say, do you remember? By the time they say what? You say, where is the guy? Where is the lady? You say, don't mind them. Say, where was influence? So I'm asking you, now that you know that you have influence, what are you going to do about it? One of the things I know I have naturally is influence. I can't come into a place and you won't notice me. Yeah. If you think I'm wrong, raise your hands. If you don't notice me by my looks because I know I'm handsome, you would notice me by my dress because I know I dress well. Sorry, I'm talking to sisters. I'm not advertising. Number 3, you will notice my tonation because I know I speak good English. So listen, when I need to get attention for Jesus, I put everything on the table. If one will not go, second will go, third one will go. You must get my attention so that you can get Jesus' attention. And that's one important thing about parenting. When, as a parent, you realize that kids pay attention to what you do, then you want to be intentional what you do when kids are around. So I'm telling you that now that you know that you have influence, wield it intentionally. One of the biggest crises we have in Africa, all across the globe, is that church sisters don't use their influence for Jesus. But bad girls, they use their influence for the devil, and they use it well. You know, it does not take long for girls to raise money for party. They know men to talk to. They don't even need to sleep around. They know what to do. The man will open wallet and transfer. But church sisters, church has a project. If there is party, girls, bad girls, know how to organize their male friends. Somebody they have not called because they have bragged at me for this party. I'm bringing them people. They will just come. Hello, baby. And the guy say, hey, Shade, we mini baby lady. Yes, yes. Shade, open as well. Why are you saying all this well? By the way, I've missed you. I'm just calling to let you know. Really? The guy's heart goes on saying, says, are you free this weekend? The guy is free. His grandmother's burial. He cannot be free again. They must call him at work. Because work is calling him. And you will see the guy will come. In fact, the guy will spend all the money. And after that day, the guy will say, hello, why are you calling me? He said, but you called me last week and you are missing me. He said, if I now miss you once, does that mean I miss you every time? Don't you have a job? She's been used, he's been dumped. A negative use of the power of influence. But your friend can easily tell you that he's not coming for a program. You have not been taught how to wield your influence. And listen, in the world, they wield their influence with their words, with their looks, with seductive and suggestive moves. You wield your influence on your news and with your character. Did you hear me? Did you hear me?
do you think Deborah got everybody involved in the battle and she won? Was it because she dressed like an harlot? No. Her news. How did Esther do it? Were you told that you can use hospitality to finish some battles? There are some battles you don't fight them with vigils. You fight them with hospitality. During our married counseling, one of the counselors told us, mother-in-law, when they got married, brought pot to our husband's house. You don't understand? My mom now, when we got married, she should bring pot. Let's say from Gwagwalada, for instance. She should bring pot of okra soup. And she should be warming it. And she will say, this is the soup I was eating before she met me. Say, she still wants me to continue eating the soup. You know what the woman did? She washed all her pot, packed it inside. Say, Mama, say, we are not cooking again. She said, is that your soup? We will be eating together, all of us. In fact, I want to learn how to cook it. Did you hear me? Say, Mama, teach me. Say, yeah. Say, by the time she, you know, when you taste those kind of soup, you say, so this is the suffering my husband has been suffering before I met. Thank God he decided to get married when he did. Guess what? I don't know, maybe months or years. It got to a point where this woman, if they say pim about this lady in the family, she will scatter ground and say, no, no, no. You want to fight anybody, you can fight. Not this one. You don't get. When through hospitality and wisdom, God makes your greatest enemy your greatest defender. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Wisdom. Oh, you see, the Holy Ghost is here. The next one was Jezebel. Jezebel was a master of the principle of influence. Check your Bibles, 1 Kings 21, 1-14. We're going to read. Catch up with me, all right, because I have a lot to share with us. 1 Kings 21, 1-14. And it came to pass after these things that Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard, which was in Jezreel, at by the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria. And Ahab spake unto Naboth, saying, give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near unto my house. I will give thee, for it is a better vineyard than it. Or if it seem good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money. And Naboth said to Ahab, the Lord forbid me that I should give thee the inheritance of my fathers unto thee. And Ahab came into the house heavy and displeased because of the word which Naboth the Jezreelite had spoken to him. For he had said, I will not give thee the inheritance of my fathers. And he laid him down upon his bed and turned away his face, and would not eat no bread. Did you see that? A king became depressed. Why? He had money. So wealthy people can be depressed. But he wanted to get something, he couldn't get it. And he said unto her, so, okay, verse 5. But Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said unto him, why is thy spirit so sad, that thou eatest no bread? And he said unto her, because I spake unto Naboth the Jezreelite, and said unto him, give me thy vineyard for money, or else, if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee my vineyard. And Jezebel, his wife, said unto him, dost thou now govern the kingdom of Israel? Arise and eat bread, and let thine heart merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite. I will give thee. The last time I heard that statement was from the mouth of the devil. Bow down, and I will give thee, for they are being delivered unto me. A woman who understands influence. It's hard for a male to have correct females around him and have low self-esteem. If you are a female and you have a male friend around you, maybe your dad or your brothers or your classmates, and he has low self-esteem, you're a disgrace to your creation already. So remove yourself from that narrative. You know, there are men who are so loaded, but they will never live up to 1/3 of their potential because of the females that have been surrounded them. There is something about the words of a woman that is prophetic. If women says that you are nothing and they are consistent with it, you will be nothing. No. Not because of the principle I've been teaching us of words, how that demons carry words. I say you'll be nothing. Because when each time you see them, you will remember that they said you are nothing. Are you listening to me? And with time, you start acting after that thought. Because words reconfigure thoughts. And as a man, taking things are so easy. I can share a very vivid example with you. Shortly after we got married, do you know I had to upgrade my consciousness of my worth with the way my wife treated me. Let me not use the word treated as past tense, with the way she treats me. I felt, I've always known that I'm a big man, but there was a treatment that was given. I felt like, so when I go out, don't talk to me anyhow, because I'm a big man. Women has capacity to inflate your ego. Did you hear me? Influence. As a woman, the application can be for your child. Go and check most people who succeeded. It was the influence of their mom. Till tomorrow, Dr. Miles Monroe of blessed memory will talk about their mom. That when they come back from school, when they come back from school, and the teachers in school would have told them that they look like monkeys. Yes, and their head looks like the head of chimpanzees. That their mom will sit them down and tell them that's not true. That let God be true and let all men be liars. And we tell them what God said about them. And guess what? As at then, they were living, I think in one, maybe 6, 7 of them. I can't remember the story vividly. Lot of them in the room. Right when the parent was still alive, he became so great that he employed his favorite sister in his company. The power of words. The question is, did Jezebel do it? She did it. She manipulated people against this righteous man and killed him. And guess what? She says, I want to ask you, I really appreciate if there are no movements around and you're seated. Can a man bet he will succeed because you're his friend? You know, we don't bet in the kingdom. But you know what I meant by that bet? When you eventually get engaged or married, can your your husband bet and say, I've succeeded? I've succeeded. He said, how do you mean? He said, I've succeeded. He said, my wife told me so. Hey! May you be that kind of woman that you work away and your wife says, you know where you go, you have gotten the job. And when you got there, they said, sir, he said, I'm getting this job. He said, how do you mean? He said, my wife told me so. There was a governor in this state, Ekiti State. I won't mention his name. When they interviewed him, he was not meant to be governor the second time. He did, but he came. He said his wife told him he will be governor. Hey! Hey! Can you come to that point? And listen, it does not matter how you think. Sometimes when I think about my mom and I think about her influence, women are like water. You can't shut them up. If you shut them up one way, they will. Sometimes, if you want to underestimate women, check their phone and see the phone contact they have. You ask, how did they get the number? You know why? If I step into an office now, not me anyway, because me, I carry grace for favor. An average male, if he knocks an office, the secretary can say, they will tell you, oh, guy is not around. But if it's a female, oh, guy is not around. But what do you want to see him for? You know, there's a difference. Or guy is not around, full stop. Or guy is not around, but what do you want to see him for? You see it everywhere. There is something about a female personality that also opens doors. Unfortunately, listen, the kind of doors that will be open to you will be dependent upon the plane you are in. That is why a woman without purpose I'm looking for what to compare her with. It's like a king without a nation to govern. There is no purpose wearing crown when there is nobody who calls you our king. Did you hear me? Are we blessed there? Jezebel. You remember the other time when he faced Elijah and he said, what you did to those prophets, I will do to you. I didn't say Samu. I didn't say Samu of Lagos. Prophet Elijah. The prophetic ministry of Israel is summed up in the Bible. The entire prophetic ministry is summed up in one man. Elijah was not just a man, it's a system. You need a pen? God bless you. You don't have to return it. It's a gift from me. You have used influence to collect it. Are we together? I mean, Elijah was not a man, he was a system. Did you write your test? Did you write the test? He didn't do tests. I knew. He did not do tests, but that time I checked on you. I said this man was not going to do tests. He said that because that was the only way you guys will come. God, I am sorry. I think these days I should just be me fully. If I told you not to go, I know that you would have been here. But your heart will be in your mouth. But it's good. I'm a good man. Before it is the day I now told you not to go, and they will now do test. Now say, sir, that course I should have had 95 here. I had 85 here or 70 here. It is you. Are we blessed there? Influence. And Elijah that has been killing everybody, doing exploit, ran and he said God is not better than his fathers. He wants to die. He even left his servant and went to go and stay alone. I mean, depression got caught up with God's servant because a woman. Let me ask you, I want to remember that story vividly. Did Jezebel face him face to face? I know. I just wanted you to think about it. Yeah, I hope you know Jezebel didn't come by herself. You know why? Because the person she